Welcome to the lecture series on linear algebra. As we did in the previous lectures, in this lecture also we are going to continue with the examples of subspaces. Let us get into the lecture. Here in this lecture we are considering the vector space of all square matrices. If you are familiar with this notations, fine, or else let me give a quick recap of these things. Those who are familiar with this, you can just skip this part and you can get into it, for which a timestamp is given in the description. Okay, here this Mn of R is going to collect the matrices. Okay, it is going to collect the matrices where the entries are real. So if we specify C here, it means the entries are complex. If we specify this as Q, then the entries are rationals. So if it is some finite field, it is going to collect the entries from the finite field, right? So, and for this operations, you must have the better understanding of the operations. That is, how do we make the scalar multiplication and addition of matrices in a matrices. Hope you remember that. And here the notations, some more notations are used, right? This A prime denotes the transpose of a matrix. Okay, here it means the transpose of a matrix, and this denotes the determinant of a matrix. So I assume that you people have studied these things, finding the transpose and finding the determinant in schooling itself, right? So now let us get into the required things to say whether these things form a subspace or not, right? So in the first, okay, whatever may be the case, what are we going to do? We have to check if we take two matrices in the given set, then we need to prove some alpha times of A plus beta times of B is also in the same set, so that we can see whether that is true or that forms a subspace or not, right? Okay, let us have this. In the first, A and B are sorry. So we have to prove if these are taken from the subset, then we'll have to prove this is in subset. Let us take this in W1, which means what are you having? A is K times of A transpose and B is K times of A transpose, right? Consider that. What is it? We'll have to check this. Okay. Now, this is one of the property of the transpose. That is, if you have two matrices and addition of two matrices and then find the transpose, this is same as that of finding the transpose and then adding. Right? This is one of the property of the transpose. Using that property, here we may write alpha A transpose plus beta B transpose. Here alpha and beta are scalars, so you just multiply the scalar with the matrix and then take transpose, or take the transpose and then multiply. No, nothing is going to bother you. So what do you actually get? This A transpose is what? Okay, we have forgotten to specify that. K, right? It has to satisfy this thing. Let me have K. So we have K here. We have K, right? So what is it? This K is a scalar, so it can be taken inside. So it is going to be alpha times of K A transpose plus beta times of K B transpose. This is nothing but A, and this is nothing but B. So we have proved the required thing, therefore it is a subspace. Now look at the second thing. A and the transpose of A must be same. Just put K is equal to 1 in this. K is some fixed rings. Just put K is equal to 1 in this, you will get this is also true. Right? So, okay. Now, this K can be any real value, right? So, put K is equal to minus 1, you will get this. So, you get this also to be a subspace. Now, we shall get into the other things. We have determinant. Okay, let me take two matrices in W4. Okay, which means determinant of A is 0 and determinant of B is 0, right? And we have to check alpha A plus beta B whether this determinant is 0 or not. Okay, try and identify some matrices whose determinants are 0 in any MNFR. You may choose it in M2 or M3, whatever is convenient to you people, right? 1, 2, 4. This will give you determinant 0, right? So this is also going to give you the determinant 0. Let this be my A and let this be my B, right? So I will have to, let me choose alpha to be 1 and beta to be what? Beta is also, wait, okay, beta also 1 I may choose. So what is going to be alpha A plus beta B? It is simply A plus B. When you add these two things, what will you get? It is 2, 5, 5, 13. Here when you try to find out the determinant of this, you will get 26 minus 23, which is 1 not equal 0, right? So it is not satisfying the required condition, therefore it is not a subspace, right? When you don't understand when you don't get how to do with the general things, you may try these kind of examples, and in the upcoming videos that will come in a very later part of the lecture, I mean very part of the series. There we will study more about the properties of the transpose, determinant, and here we have specified one more thing called trace, how to find these things, and we will work out few problems on that in the later part of this series, right? Here the primary objective is to give examples for a subspace. Okay, now let us come to the fifth thing. You see here what they have, these are given real constants. Okay, Kj are some given real constants. If this is going to be the case, this I denotes what? So generally we write the elements of the matrix in this form, right? So this I denotes the row. So we are changing the row from 1 to n, which means the column entries, right? You multiply some quantity, some real quantities with all the entries in a column, and then you make sum. Similarly, you find all these things. After finding all these things, add the sum of each column, that you are getting 0. So that is what they have given, right? Here let us check what is going to be the case in so this is satisfying summation j runs from 1 to n, summation I runs from 1 to n, kij, aij is 0, and summation j runs from 1 to n, summation I runs from 1 to n kij bij is 0. So I have alpha a plus beta b. Okay, I have this, and let me check whether this satisfies this condition or not. That is summation I runs from 1 to n kij into alpha aij plus beta bij, okay, and summation j runs. So this summation, for the convenience purpose, let me write this as the whole summation, right? And I may multiply this inside, right? Kij alpha aij plus, I am actually splitting this into two things, kij into beta bij. Here you can see this entry, this entry, this entry, all are real quantities. So you can make use of the associativity and take alpha outside even, because alpha is not involved in this ij. So when you take alpha outside, you have this thing. Here you take beta outside, so you have, so this part is 0 and this part is 0, so you get it to be 0. Therefore it is a subspace, right? Next, in the next, it is given that the trace is 0. Trace is the addition of the diagonal elements in a square matrix, right? So sixth, let me take two matrices in W6, which means trace of A is 0 and trace of B is 0. Let me consider alpha A plus beta B. Okay. Okay. Here I would like to register the properties of a trace. That is, trace of some scalar types of a matrix is scalar into trace of the matrix, and trace of A plus B, because it is the trace is the sum of diagonal elements in a square matrix. So you just add two matrices and take trace, or just take the trace and add the trace. The value is going to be same. You just make use of these two properties. You can find here. This is the addition. Therefore, trace of alpha A plus trace of beta B, right? So, and this is what? This is alpha times of trace A plus beta times of trace B, right? When you have your trace A is 0, you get this to be 0, and when you have trace B is 0, this to be 0. So alpha times of 0 plus beta times of 0, and you get trace of the resultant matrix is also 0. Therefore, it is a subspace, right? Here, okay. Let us see from this perspective itself. It is some general, okay. It is some general n cross n matrix. Here you can see that it is given that J is running, so your columns are running, right? When your I is fixed, your columns are running. Therefore, when you make the addition of all the entries in the column, you get 0. It is true for all the columns, okay. It is given, and when you try to verify whether this forms a subspace or not, yes, you will get it to be a subspace. For which, let me give a quick outline. So your summation j runs from 1 to n, aij is 0. Similarly, your summation j runs from 1 to n, bij is 0. Right? You will have alpha a plus beta b. You will have to prove what? Summation j runs from 1 to n, alpha times of aij plus beta times of bij. Now you can split this into two things, that is summation j runs from 1 to n, alpha times of aij plus summation beta times of bij, okay, and this alpha and beta are independent of this j, so you can take it outside. So alpha times of summation aij plus beta times of summation bij, this is 0 and this is 0 for all I values. Therefore what you get? You get it to be 0. Therefore This also forms a subspace of the given vector space, right? If you have any queries, you can post it in the comment section. That will be clarified within 24 hours of time. Thank you for watching.